Yeah, let's do this. Look,
Yo, it's Guido, and it is Coffee Talk. Today is the 9th of April. It is Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. Pilgrim, happy Easter.
happy Easter, Guido. Happy Easter to all the colonials, the Brits, the Euros, and the hangers-on from down under. Good day to all.
Indeed.
Royal Blend tea in a normal mug. Don't have my Pilgrim mug or my Guido mug, but you can buy one today from the Guido merch store, and you don't get anything free this week. Unlucky.
No. No. BMW, I got your replay. That was a good dive, man. And then I did laugh at the rest of the team doing the same thing. That will be in Miserable Monday tomorrow.
The whole team did it.
Yeah, it was a bit of chaos. He jumped off one area and smashed a TD of some kind, Dicker Max or something like that, Emil, I don't know. And then
Cool.
down the way, it was on D-Day, Overlord.
Oh yeah.
I mean, another 2 or 3 guys
Great
come
clips.
flying off of the other side, landing on people, and chaos ensued. So it was perfect. Oh, Brute, what's happening? Fast Red Horse, Gator, and Attack Crozen, as well as my BMW. All right, so it is Easter.
It is.
Yeah, yep.
Did you get an Easter egg?
Yeah, but the wife's got all kinds of stuff set up over there. We got kids are home, and then a couple of their friends came by, so we got a full house. So we're gonna do some Easter stuff. Then we're gonna go over to another friend's place and have ham and all that Easter kind of stuff. I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, this confuses me because you live in an area of the world that is fairly warm compared to most areas of the world.
Yeah.
And if you do an Easter egg hunt, if you use chocolate Easter eggs and stick them out in the yard, then they're going to be just a soggy mess, aren't they?
Oh well, you can't do it the night before. You got to go out there, put it out, and then the kids go get it and then bring it back in.
Right. Okay. So it will survive 10 minutes in the heat. Oh, okay.
It's actually
hard
cool
your
today.
eggs?
Today is. I woke up, it was 55 degrees outside. That's insane.
I've got that now. Oh,
Yeah.
you're slacking. I've got 55 out there.
I think we're gonna get to 70 though. We'll get to 70 later.
Yeah,
today.
we won't. This is peaked.
This
This
is
is midday.
it's done the best it's gonna do. Yeah, Root. I think we're gonna start decorating for Christmas next week, I believe.
Yeah, it's so true, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We only just took it down. If you think about it, it was maybe a month ago.
Yeah, Easter's
Month-
over,
month and a
Christmas is on
half.
its way.
Holy cow! All right, guys. Well, we got I don't know what's going on here. Channel news. Not a whole lot to report. I did finish some 100 battle challenge tanks. I finished the Object 260, the 1516 UDES, and the TNH 105 1000.
How, Object 260 then?
How did I do?
Yeah.
I don't even want to say.
No,
No,
I struggle with that, but then I'm not as good as you.
Dude, it was embarrassing. The last 15 battles, I think I went 5 wins, 10 losses.
Oh, crikey.
So I'm below. I'll have to reattack that one because I'm at 47% win rate on it. I don't know what it is about that tank. I know it's a good tank. I cannot make it work.
Yeah. Well, I struggle with a lot of tanks that you don't struggle with, but I definitely struggle with that. Really do.
I don't know what it really
It is.
brings to the table. It's got a decent turret.
But it's
The-
a fairly good, it's a Sovietish tank,
I know.
It should
I don't know
work.
what it is. I think the gun depression hurts it a lot in today's meta. But that
Yeah.
doesn't hurt a lot of other players who play it. So obviously they're working around it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's embarrassing. A really low DPM or DPG, really low DPG. Just horrible. Horrendous.
Yeah. It is. There are certain tanks in this game that, for some reason, I know other players do well in, but for some reason, there's certain tanks which, maybe it's a playstyle thing, maybe it's the aggression thing, I don't know, but there's certain tanks, I've got about 3 or 4 that everybody else does fantastic in, and I do absolute crap in it. And I don't know why.
Oh.
Like the premium rocket tank, the BZ, whatever it is, all their numbers.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like, on my Euro account, I'm at 17% win rate with that thing. 17. I mean, you don't play it to get that level.
Fast Red Horse.
Give it to somebody else.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Object 260, which I do well in tanks like that. So for some reason, now what I've found out about this 100 battle challenge is it's not something I necessarily believed in the past. But if you think about it, it doesn't take much of a bad streak before you're at 47%. And the difference between 55 and 45 is only 10 wins.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you could be at 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be around 50.
At 100 battles.
At 95 battles. Win 5 in a row and come out of it looking 54, 55%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're really only... there is some luck. Now, if over time you are generally in the 55 to 60% on most of your tanks, which is where I am, then, okay, that's about your play level. But you could still get to 100 battles and have a bad streak at the end and sit at 47 like I am on it. So it's not only my play, but if I look at the numbers don't support much better than that. You know, somewhere between 47 and 50 at tier 10 is probably about where my numbers show. So I'm not sure, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I did get irritated with about 10 battles to go and so I pressed through. That probably hurt me a little bit, and I stopped caring because I'm like, I just want to be done with this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I set it aside, maybe come back to it later, maybe it wouldn't have been quite as bad. I'm not saying I would have somehow cranked it up to 60 or anything, but I was glad to see it in the rearview mirror, and that surprised me a little bit, you know, because I picked it because it had a decent amount of battles, and I liked the tank. I just wasn't working for me.
Just it wasn't working, and also you're right in that. I mean, that happens quite a lot because you get so invested in it that you do the press through instead of being common sense and go leave it, go away from it, and come back. The number of times you've just got, I'll just do one more battle and get this out of the way. You know what I mean? And then it just runs and runs and runs, doesn't it? So. But
the other thing that I kept running into is what a shit show tier 10 is.
Oh yeah, tell me about it, man. It is a nightmare, isn't it?
We always sit around and talk about all of the turbo battles, as the Russians call it, or Rompel stomps, face rolls, whatever you want to call it. And somebody said about RNG recently, I don't know anything about whether it's actually the RNG or whatever, but in terms of 15-2 and 15-3 and battles like that, that's all it was. If I won, it was a 15-2. If I lost, it was a 15-2.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't seem like... Days,
yeah. Sorry, remember when tier 10, when it was so balanced that you would basically whittle each other's team away, or if there was a big disadvantage, it was quite common to see it turn around towards the end. You know, if it was like 6 tanks left on your team and still 10 on the other, it wouldn't take much to switch that over at tier 10 because, skilled players would then balance that out. But now it is complete shit show. It is, most of my battles at tier 10 are like that, 15-1, 15-2. You're like, really?
I mean, I saw a really interesting thing. There was a guy, I can't remember his name. I've seen him around. He's like a 62% player, maybe even higher. Really good player. He was anonymous, but I didn't know till the end. So it was on, I don't remember which one it is. It's. I'm going to tell you, it's got a hill.
Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, there's a heavy brawling area on one side. There's a hill. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The hill is usually contested. They sent 0 to it.
Oh, wow.
And I was in my M5Y, which I've set up with all my Bond equipment, by the way, because that's the last tier 10 American, British, or Polish tank that doesn't have 100 battles. So I'm going to see if I can't come up with the 6,500 for that mission with that tank. So I put Bond equipment on it just for the hell of it, even though it's a horrible tank. Anyway, I'm in that tank. I get to the hill, and there's freaking nobody there. Like,
wow,
nobody. They didn't even send someone to look. So I sat there for a second. I came off. It was a face roll. I mean, the other team, it was pure tier 10. The other team completely out to lunch. Just I have no idea what was going on. Our team figured it out. We had a lot of good players, and the other team, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
4-minute game.
Yeah.
Got to the back. There was a Carnarvon Action X camping in the back. I saw him running earlier. He's bailing into the very back of the map. And I'm like, oh, look at that. There goes another camper. And we end up, he's the last guy to die. And he probably did 3,000 damage. Looked up his stats, and it's this player. And he saw that early, right? So he saw his team deploy in
Yeah.
what was easily one of the worst deployments I've ever seen. And he just said, screw it. And he went to the very back of the map and farmed damage and moved on.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And that seems to
and
be...
that happens a lot.
Yeah,
too.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Yeah.
you always notice it, but if you pay attention, you'll notice it. It's pretty crazy, man. And nobody at Tier 10 wants to be the guy trying to get forward and get a push going.
Exactly that, because invariably what I'm finding at Tier 10 is the knowledge and support of your team fades away very quickly. If you go and be aggressive, they're more likely to go, yeah, let him be aggressive, we'll just hang back here.
But that
We're
doesn't...
quite happy to hang back.
Yeah, so... But that doesn't win at Tier 10. You gotta...
No.
You have to be selfish as hell. It's an irritating meta. It's an unbelievably irritating meta. There was another battle I had on Himmelsdorf with the same tank, actually. Went up the hill on that one. Had a scrap up there. Killed a couple Mals that came through the banana road. We hung over the little ledge and shot them in the back and killed them. We got pushed off the hill and we fell back. Guy was in a 15-16, pretty good player. Bails off the hill, runs away, comes back. He and I start trying to take on as they're coming down the hill through the gate right there. And next thing I know, he's jamming in front of people, side scraping, right? He's completely in the way, doing everything correct for him, nothing correct for working with the team. And then once the enemy started getting advantage, he bailed on us.
Yeah, yeah, guaranteed. That was guaranteed, wasn't it?
So we mauled him. I did some pretty good damage in that one. I finally got killed because he ran off. And later in the game, this was one of the very few close games we had. He actually carried it out at the end of the day. Was able to beat a couple near deads towards the end.
Right. It's not quite a carry though, is it? It's just...
Well, it was. I mean, he had 6,000. He had 5 or 6,000 damage. He did a nice job, but just completely at the expense of everyone around him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it worked.
Yeah.
So that's hard to argue with, even if it's irritating.
But it still doesn't make it any less frustrating when players do that, because you're like. Because if you're a team player, that's the first thing that gets on your goat and gets you annoyed, is that when nobody else is a team player.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Zemke, thanks for the sub. The other thing I keep running into is on the various hills or spaces where you can get an advantage by pushing there. I keep ending up being the only guy going there, and then the enemy team sends 4 or 5 guys. Unreal. Yeah. I need to pay more attention to who's coming with me, as opposed to committing so hard. And just in the past, I could really, even alone, get to spots and do some good work, even if I died. But with how accurate stuff is and how hard things hit in Tier 10 with mistakes, it's just, if I have 3 or 4 coming with me in situations like that, then let's do that. But if I'm the lead guy, I'm not going to be the lead guy anymore.
No, I've started to adapt my playstyle because, like you, I have been and probably still are too aggressive. Because I want to be in that position. I want to get forward. I want to get the shots and all the rest of it. But more and more and more, I'm seeing good players, experienced players, just doing that like a check pace, doing a 3-second. Let everybody else do that, and then of course.
Well, it's a pub match, right? There's no caller, there's no real organization. You do have an opportunity to do a lot of that if you're platooned. You can be more aggressive in some situations because you've got 2 other people with you and you're talking or whatever. But you can get away with that stuff at lower tiers too, which is why I enjoy them more. Is I can be more aggressive and do extend a little harder and not get absolutely mauled at Tier 10. Yeah. So it gets frustrating, but that's a situation where you have to adapt to it. I don't particularly care for that kind of gameplay. I don't. It's boring as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. But
it is.
It does. The fact that I think it's boring isn't going to make me win.
No, not at all.
Be nice if everyone played my way. Dang it.
Yes, they should play our way.
Mm-hmm.
They should do. Yeah,
exactly. Everyone should.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is a good point that not working as intended is made about Tier 10, I guess. I don't know if it's quite they haven't got the skill level to be there. I think that the game has allowed people to get to tier 10 a lot quicker than it used to. I think that's
well, I think both of those can be true. I mean, that's
Yeah.
those are part and parcel, I'd say. And yes, it's when you talk skill-based matchmaking, the tier where it matters the most is probably tier 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can get a team of you get 5 or 6 Muppets that deploy poorly.
Yes.
You get another team with some good players who notice that early and
Yeah.
take advantage of it.
Yeah.
It's on. You know, it's on like Donkey Kong, and the next thing you know, it's the steamroll is happening, and it's not all just one thing or the other, but it's definitely overpowered tanks, a little bit of imbalance, player imbalance, skill imbalance.
Yeah.
We'll just say it. That's more or less what's going. Does that mean I'm a proponent for skill based? Not necessarily, but still, you can see it at tier 10. It happens.
But it is a factor. No, it is a factor at tier 10, definitely. If you have, as you say, 4 or 5 low skill players on your team, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It really is.
Yeah, old brute.
Johnny's in the house. Hello, buddy. Your mug is here. There.
Deal.
That's Johnny's green tin mug there, look.
Oh, okay.
Just there. Yeah. He left it at work when he left. Yeah. Hey, yes, I did, Wade. I got rid of it. Well noted.
Yeah. Got the
I won a
shave.
bit of money for charity.
Yeah, he won. He won the contest. Cheesiest mustache, right?
It was, yes. Cheesiest mustache. That won me. There was about 6 of us in the particular competition, and they all paid $100 to stack up. Oh, get in there! Cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yo, Diablo, you talk about 11,000. I was thinking about this because I was considering my poor performance in my 260 and my average damage at tier 10, and in particular that particular tank, which is not good. And if you're at tier 8. If you're at tier 8 and you're dropping 3,000, you're starting to enter into carry territory. So you've killed twice your hit points, more or less, depending on the tank, maybe up to 3 times. So above 3K, you're starting to enter carry territory. It doesn't mean you always carry. And 4 is better and 5 is amazing. If you're in a tier 10, you don't even enter carry territory until 6,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not even guaranteed then. But it's definitely about 6 and higher. That's where you start to enter into carry territory. So you do 3, 4, 5 even at tier 10. That's good. Good on you. But you're just contributing. You're not in carry territory. That's the difference. And it's twice really what it is at tier 8. It just takes that much more at tier 10 based on hit points, and you just have to do more.
Yeah, and when you try to do your positional play at tier 10, 9 times out of 10 you doesn't matter. Other people understand positional play as well as you do, so you put yourself into positions where it's very difficult to get out of.
Yeah.
Edge in the house.
Yeah, 4K is pretty high, Diablo, for most people. You're talking about combined, I think. It would be nice if you could do 4K a game, but yeah, 4K is a fairly average game at tier 10. You would consider that average damage, not in terms of everyone should average that. It's just that's a decent game at tier 10. Whereas if you got 2,000 at 8, you'd say I'd had a decent game, not a great game, but I had 2,000 is a great cutoff point at tier 8 to go. Okay, that was an okay game. At tier 10, 4K is like that was a decent game.
That was a good game.
It was okay game. But 4K, 100%, and you don't enter into carry territory until you're at 6 or higher.
It's crazy. Isn't it?
Zemke, I'm with you. I'm carrying my coffee as well.
Yeah. I can't even do that. Sometimes I have to get the house general to lift the cup to my lips because I can't carry it.
I can't carry a tune either. That's a problem. Hey guys, I think I'm going to be able to stream on Thursday. That's the plan right now. Taking some time off this week. Out of town on Wednesday, but Thursday potentially looking to stream. So hopefully we can get some gameplay in. We'll keep on trucking with the Hunter Battle Challenge. I'm now working, Pilgrim, on the... Well, let's just jump over there real quick just for giggles. For ships.
Oh, that's good.
For ships and giggles. Striv K. You'll notice I've gone into full try-hard mode. This has helped my stats a bit. It did not help me on the 260, unfortunately, but the rest of the tanks it has helped. So I'm doing these. I've got one of each tier. Let's start at tier 7. I'm working on the CC56.
Okay.
Which I quite like, and I've been able to one mark it at, although my win rate sucks, at 57 battles, so I'm already up to 68, so that's all right.
All right.
Win rate's not coming, but it will. It will, I think, on this one. I'm working, what's my tier rate? Ah, the carry. This is a little beast. This is a beast.
Do you think? Yeah, I
Dude,
guess it is. Yeah,
yeah,
I guess it is.
It's a monster, and I like the bounty turbo on it. I am all in on the IA. That's basically all I'm using for gun handling right now.
All right.
I know that makes me some kind of heretic, and then the rammer on this thing. So
yeah, you're a heretic.
pretty dang good tank, man. Pretty dang good. So that's my tier 8. My tier 9 is the Sturv K.
Yeah.
Which makes bonds and extra credits.
Yeah.
Turbo rammer IA on that as well. I've got the Sturv turbo rammer IA, same on this bad boy. Gets me down to a 2.5 dispersion. This is a weird tank.
It's fun though, isn't it?
Yeah. But at tier 10, this really exacerbates the tier 10 all or nothing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
No, without a doubt.
I mean, you're either just laying out the damage or you are not in this tank.
Yeah.
It is easy to not be in the right place in this tank. And then I've got, like I said, I have super try-hard mode on this silly thing. I've got my bond equipment on this thing just on the off chance I can somehow come up with a 6,500 damage game.
Yeah.
I was really close. I wasn't close at all.
You're still chasing that, aren't you?
Yeah. I managed to drown myself in it, though.
Did you put yourself on the blacklist?
I should have blacklisted myself. It's the new map. What's the new map? That's the island, the tropical island. What's it called?
I know. Yeah, I know the one. Yeah. Oh, oceans. No.
See, the problem with this thing is it's really low slung. The engine is, so it doesn't take a whole lot of water before you drown yourself.
Yeah.
So I was trying to be quite clever. You'll see it tomorrow on Miserable Monday. I thought I was going to go hold down.
We did that when we were platooned up on that map, and we were going down the right flank. And remember that there was 3 of us, I think. And then I tried to pull round the other side of the rocks because you went that way through the rocks, and I tried to pull around, and I started to drown. I went, "Oh, can't go that way." So it's very deceptive because it looks so shallow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's counting.
It was
shit, reverse.
This one was on the north side, so it wasn't on the medium TD side. It was up on the heavy side. But still, I went to the north part up where the water is and tried to. Thought I was going to go hold down and be quite clever. Fortunately, we won, and it didn't matter that I. It is Wayne. Fortunately, we won.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make. Oh, the other thing I'm doing right now, just for giggles, is I've got the Rheinmetall Scorpion set up. This is going to. Oops, gotta set that over there. This one I'm not going to try hard on. So this I'm just going to play just to make credits and goof. So I'm going to see how we do with that, right? So I don't know if it's necessarily a control group really, but this guy is just for credits.
All right.
In fact, what I should do is just get rid of my gold rounds on this just for giggles, but we're not going to do that because if I see tier 10s, I'm going to get grumpy. And
you will see tier 10s. That's the thing.
I need to hit. I need some skill. I need to press skill.
Yeah, you need the skill button to work.
All right, Diablo, that map. It is one of the worst two-dimensional maps in the game.
Yeah, all that hard work they put into doing that map, and it's come to nothing. You know what I mean?
You could YOLO mid, Zemke.
Yeah,
yep. Get your T-95s and just drive across the airfield. Maybe you can grab an airplane.
I've seen two players in a mouse each do that straight across the middle, and they must have bounced 3 times their hit points.
But they didn't make it.
Rolling across.
But they didn't make it.
No, they got 2/3 of the way and they died.
As you do.
Good try.
As you do.
you do.
As you do. All right. So, stream Thursday. Moving on to those tanks for the Hunter Battle Challenge. Unfortunately, they're going to release Japanese TDs, and then I'm going to go backwards by 700 battles. Dope!
Yeah.
Dope!
They're just going to be so overpowered with their naval guns, aren't they?
Outpost turned upside down with palm trees. God, almost, isn't it, Gator? They're basically the same map, except that at least Outpost has the center castle that's kind of usable if you can get there.
Yeah.
Good luck getting there.
Yeah.
If you can get there.
If you can get, well, you need to be in a Carnarvon AX or something like that, don't you? You need to be in a Brit hull down. Yeah, exactly. Once you get there, that's fun.
Alamander, good morning. Zemke, thanks for this sub, man. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Shall we shill? Got some interesting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Got some very interesting things here, guys. And I don't even. Why does yours move faster than mine?
Because mine's not Chinese. Yours is Chinese. Look at that, blue light envy. Blue light envy, Guido. you're at a lower climb than I am, so the heat affects the spin.
If we were in Australia, it would spin the other way.
It would, yes, like the toilets.
Gets very disorienting when you're sitting on the toilet spinning.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It gives you that weird sort of sickness effect.
Yeah, he's got some weird European light over there.
Yes.
If you're cooking in the kitchen, what are you doing in the bathroom? European.
That's why I'm not European.
I did that wrong. You're supposed to say something like if you're Italian in the kitchen. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hedgerow Hammer, how's it going?
Okay, that works.
All right, let's see what Wargaming is trying to sell you today. Also, is Cliffy here?
He is. I thought he was. Anyway, hang on. Hello, Hedgerow. Welcome.
Okay, hold on. Let's find this thing here.
No, Cliffy's not here.
No. He had a question, I think, in the forums that I have the same question about, but we'll get to that in a moment. First things second, my friends. Premium shop. What is in it? Well, funny you should ask that. Extravaganza.
Yes.
You ready for this one,
No
Perry?
idea
Have you
why.
paid attention to this at all?
No.
Okay.
It's just because it's the same old, but yeah. We'll
Not
go.
really.
Yes.
$166.
Yeah.
It is, but it isn't. You're right. But look at, do you see this right here?
Yes. I know. You know what?
100% crew with enough crew XP for 3 perks or skills.
Yeah. You know, because they're going to change the whole crew system. They don't care now. They're just giving it all away. But it's going to cost you 160. Was it $116? 160.
166.32.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a bat chat, 10,000 gold, 6 million credits, some styles, a bunch of credit stuff, and a 3 skill or perk crew.
Yeah. Because they don't care about it anymore. Because they're changing it.
How many books does it take to get to 3?
Well, somebody did the maths. Somebody did the... All right, in your parlance, somebody did the math, didn't they? There's a spreadsheet out there. Was it Des or somebody? 13 Disciple? They did it, didn't they?
It's actually not a lot to get to the 3rd skill. I think somebody said it's 6 million credits to get there. Is that true?
Is it? That could be.
How much are the books? 2 million?
Yeah, 2 million.
Stand by. Let's find out here. Let's go to the stow. Let's go to the stow. I don't know. Does 3 books do it? I think 3 books might do it, but I'm not sure. What are those?
I can apply a coupon to it as well. Oh,
consumables, equipment. Where do you buy the books? Do you have to buy the books in the crew system? I think you have to buy the books in the crew system thing over here. I think you have to go like this.
Yeah, you can only get one type of book now. You can only buy one type of book.
Right. Oh wait, how do you
Can't
do
get
that?
the 250,000 all that.
Ah, crew books. Here we go. All right. So these things give you 250,000, and they're 2 million. 2 million apiece.
2 million apiece.
2 million apiece. So I think it's 3 books. We'll get you to. Is that right? If you could all buy the boar, so the mark goes. Yeah. Well, I did help out the 260 guys, Diablo. So that is the one good thing that came out of my 260 effort. I did help the 3 markers. Anyway, point of that is you can buy books for credits and crank up a 3 skill crew pretty quickly. I don't know exactly if it's 6 million credits, but I just thought that was interesting. That I don't know if I've seen that. Has anyone seen that? Have we seen this before? Is this a new development? I
This
think
is
it
a new thing. I've never seen them give away XP on a sale.
For the king.
Yeah.
For the king accepts his role. I am here to help you 3 mark your tanks by lowering the requirements.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Thank you for your service, my friend.
Yes.
As they say. Anyway, so that's very interesting. So the burr's on sale. The same thing for the 50 TP. I think there's some ridiculous. Okay, those 3 are together. This one is. Wait, no? Is there? What is happening here? Is there not a equivalent 50 TP thing?
It doesn't look like it, does it? There's a $100 one. Or is it further down? You know what the life of put it further? No, there isn't. There's a Best Buy, and there's an exclusive style. Wow. Now, hang on a minute. Let's go back to the bat chat for a second. You're going to pay $166.
Yes, sir.
For that particular package.
Right.
But you're not getting the special 3D style that's further down.
There you are.
Are you?
Yeah, it's on there.
Did I not see it? Oh,
yeah, it's whatever it's called.
Oh, 3D style 1998. My apologies. Well, then it's worth it then. Go and buy that $166 package.
So only the Bat Chat gets the Super Crew Special.
Yeah. There's only 2. There's the exclusive style or the Best Buy, isn't there?
Yeah. So they didn't go all out for the other 2, and then the Ram 2, which... So anywho, fellas, there's that stuff. Very strange. What else we got? We got some top of the tree stuff. Hey, the B2740 is back in there. Collector's Gem. That's $17. We got the E75 TS, pretty good heavy tank. We've got the 122 TM back again.
Yeah.
Not a bad medium tank. 50 TP, Burr, yada yada. So that's what's going on there with the Egg Extravaganza. Nothing else really to report in the specials or anything in here, fellas. Now, has anybody figured out, speaking of the Egg Extravaganza, what the actual flip is going on with these missions? Have you paid attention to it?
No, because it got all very confusing.
All right, so I played all day yesterday, Pilgrim.
Right.
Sat there, rained outside. It was a good day to be useless. I didn't have a particularly great day, although I did in the morning. I sort of expected that maybe I would have done some of these missions, and maybe I did, but you wouldn't know because there's no way to know unless you're really paying attention to results. The weird one was this mission is apparently the first mission, and it told me I completed it today, unless this is every...
that's what I've got,
unless it's every 24 hours.
Well, I haven't played since yesterday, and I've got 1,000 base experience earned, and I don't think I only played, I want to say, 6 battles yesterday. So I don't know how that works. All very confusing.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. Because if you go over here, apparently that's starts. Egg hunt starts.
Yeah.
Which is what I did this morning, which is strange.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've done any of these others. And they're all as they say, Easter eggs. Get it? Easter eggs. They're hidden.
Yeah.
Every hit you take, I'll be watching you. That's a hint. Who knows?
Yeah.
Defend yourself. Mirrors reflection. Okay. Object hitting water creates one of these. It can also damage vehicles when a particular shell is used. I don't know. An object hitting water creates one of these. A splash? Oh, splash damage. Got it.
Yeah.
Reach a certain threshold of earned XP on your team in a battle. Wait a minute. Okay. And then prepare your troops and make them stout. Complete this mission by rolling out. I guess you just play? I don't know.
Possibly.
And you get tokens.
Yes.
Which...
For what, though?
Yes.
Get tokens.
I don't know what you're doing. Watch. All right, so you go, okay, that's what I thought. I said, Pilgrim, I think you're onto something. I said, tokens. Well, if I did some of those missions, I must have tokens or something.
Yeah. So you go to your depot, you go to your depot, and there should be some form of tokens there.
Sure.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. I mean, I've gone to the token store. Still says 1 for me.
Or do you just need the
one.
Iron Seal token to unlock these? Because it says restrictions. Must possess an Iron Seal token. Well, I guess I have one now.
Right, because you've unlocked them.
So maybe I've unlocked these, but I don't know why I didn't unlock them yesterday.
I don't know.
You have to refresh button.
Is there a refresh button?
I don't know. Odd Dog is... I think Odd Dog's making stuff up.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've pressed refresh. I know where it is.
So
Missions displayed, 39 and 44. So where's the others?
now I don't know if I have a token because I don't see the token here. Did I get a token? It doesn't say.
Yeah.
There's no...
There's no indication of what... I mean, I've got a... I don't know. I've got an Easter egg. What does that mean?
Anyway.
Anywho's.
I just thought I'd clear that up for you guys.
Yeah. Now we all know. I'm pleased we went through that because I feel suitably educated now. Happy.
I think that nothing right now encapsulates the current situation with Wargaming's efforts to roll out content better than this. It's lame, incomprehensible, completely unable to follow or figure out what's going on, and there's no data to fix any of that.
No, because it's working as intended. It's complete and utter lack of communication. Wrong. Complete and utter lack of viable communication. They've communicated, but in a way that only they understand.
Now, Easter eggs decals. How hard is it going to be to find those? Probably very... Oh, maybe I actually have some now. Maybe I'll go right to them. Nope, it's camouflage that I have. Great, that's not helpful. Decals. Easter eggs. Let's see.
Why have I got Marvelous Miller? No, that's not
these?
one.
No, it's the eggy. It's the eggy ones. Where's the eggy ones?
Oh, I've got the eggy ones. Yeah, I've got 3 of them. Yeah.
So, okay, it looks like... Well, the question is... So I have 3 also.
Right, so we just get given them.
Well, I did finish that mission, so I did get my 3 decals.
Yeah. 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 I've still got Christmas decals here. I can't get rid of them. I can't sell them. Let me sell them, more gaming.
Obandu, it didn't look like those could be sold. Anywho.
Can't sell the eggs.
I don't know what to say. Good luck to you on finishing Eggstravaganza. It appears to be the Kobayashi Maru.
Yes.
No,
have fun with that.
No, crane style. No known defense. All right, what else? Million Pugs. Million Pugs.
Yeah.
If you are into the 7v7 format, my friends, they've actually got a pretty good amount of pricing for this. 520. The winning teams split 520,000 gold, 130,000 bonds, and a cash prize of 1,000 between them, which is, I don't know, $150 each or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Well,
cool,
or
isn't
actually
it? That's,
less. I think you can have a couple extra guys. I think you can probably have a couple spares. But 7v7, you can register right here, and it starts on the 12th, which is about 3 days. There's 2 qualifiers. You come down here to the schedule, gives you all the dates. Qualifiers on the 12th and 15th, group stage on the 16th, and then finals on the 22nd and 23rd, which I guess is 2 weekends from now. Yes.
yeah, it's the 9th today, isn't it?
2 weekends from now. Here's the actual pricing right here. So it's even 7th place and 8th place gets 25,000 gold to split. That's not a whole lot between 7 people, but it's something. Bonds for the rest of it. So there you go. That'll be cool. Make sure you've got your Twitch going, guys, so you can get your Twitch stuff. Which I get the drops, but I no longer get the Prime stuff. Just doesn't work.
Oh no. I have confusion in my, because both of my accounts run off the same email.
Oh.
So my NA and EU. So I don't know how that all works, because it seems like sometimes I get stuff on the NA account and other times it drops on the EU account.
Well, I
so
don't have
rather
that.
Weird.
I don't have that, so I'm not really sure what the problem is, but I stopped caring.
Yeah. It's not big enough stuff to care,
No.
is it?
I mean, I like the commanders, but okay. Gonna go play Ark. Yeah, I'm doing okay in the carry. I've got it at. I'm not doing that much damage, but I'm at 69%. Super low sample size, but 16 battles, over 1,000 experience a game, which is nice, and averaging 2,300. So not elite, but not doing badly at all. All right, so there you go. That's pretty much it for missions and specials, guys. I will say this as well. I'll spit it out here in a minute as soon as I can think of what I'm trying to say. Top of the tree is the Rhinoceronte, so that's switched out in the Action X. So new tanks for top of the tree. Rhinoceronte Ronnie is one of the Battle Pass tanks.
Yeah.
How far are you on the Battle Pass on NA? I'm up to 17.
I am, I think.
On the second chapter.
Just double check. Yeah, I am. Stage, is it called? Stage 10 on the second chapter.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't played an awful lot this week.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of stuff on the EU, but not on the NA.
Where are you at? Diablo's almost done with it. Wow. Very nice.
Wow. That's a lot of games, Diablo.
Yeah.
Oh, you're at 17, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at 17. I'm on track, though. I'm on track to finish it before the end of next month. So it'll go to the end of May. Really, you need to do a chapter a month. So...
Yeah, it's slowly catchy monkey, isn't it? You don't need to rush this.
Couple stages a day with some options to not have a couple stages or not to have a stage every few days.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think I get good by not playing this game? Yeah, that's right. There is something to be said about that. I do play less lately than I used to, and I can see that it does. You do lose some when you don't play. Odd Dogs on 39 in the first chapter. Very nice. All right. Anything else on missions and specials, Pilgrim, you want to throw out there?
No, I think having gone through... It's one thing I was looking at. I was thinking, oh, that was it. I've had a coupon that's giving me... I've never seen this before. Bonus days of what PA? So that's like across the 3 games. So I've got a coupon here which I can apply to a purchase of over $15 that gives me 3 bonus days of what PA?
That's the one that's good in all 3?
All 3. I've never seen that before as a coupon. I know you can buy it, but I've never seen it as a coupon. So I think that's fairly useful if you were a World of Warships or even, goodness gracious, World of Warplanes. That's quite useful as a coupon.
Grumpy old man, it is a bit chilly. We're sitting at 51 here. Here in Panama City,
That's my summer.
It is. It's a standard English summer day right now.
Yep, it's peaked. As we said, it's peaked.
I don't think we're getting any. Go ahead.
Sorry, so I guess other people have seen that sort of coupon before, because it's the first time I've seen it, so I'm quite impressed that there are such coupons out there. There we are. Just my little 10 cents on coupons.
It's nice to have coupons.
Yeah.
And decals.
And well, decals I can take or leave, to be honest. Can't sell them, don't want them. It's like the rental tanks that sit in your garage until you die. Because they're never going to go away, are they? They just sit there.
All right, subjects du jour. We're going to talk about changes to Mountain Pass map. Speaking of channelized maps with only 2 places to go, I found this to be quite interesting. So they have 2 versions of this map. If you look right here, one of them they're doing some small changes to all these areas. Right. The other one they're testing is really redoing this section. So it's got those small changes, but they call it the general change, clash zone. I hadn't heard that before, but I guess that's been their term for where they think the heavies are going to go. The clash zone. Okay.
Okay. I guess we can go with that.
They should really stop trying to design clash zones and just design a cool map and see where the players make the clash zone. But that's a whole nother subject. Notice here then we got, this is what it looks like now. And you slide the slider, they've really, I'm sorry, that's what it looks like now. My bad. That's what it looks like now. And then that's what they're thinking about.
All right. Yeah, that's significant change, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I don't. So
I don't think it'll create any bigger opportunities. I just think it'll now. Look at that. There's a bit more open ground there. Might be a little bit more dangerous. That's
what I'm saying, Dread Chills. They happen anyway, and I think you should let the players sort of determine that by the way they play your map, and then adjust your map if there's imbalances. But this is the way we have it. This is the way they do it. All right, so we slide down here, and this is another view of it. That's what we got now, coming from this direction to the south, I think. And that's what they're changing it up. It's hard to see a whole lot of change, except that you can notice that this open spot is now much further back. So there's a lot of side scraping and stuff. We've got, this is what it looks like now. And that's what they're looking at. So you're going to have places to kind of go hold down and side scrape. They have the same thing on the other side. There's also this corner over here. Looks like this right now. That's what they're planning on changing it to. So lots of changes to the clash zone. Is that
this is more dangerous?
Yeah, this is fairly significant right here. That's what it looks like now. They're going to change that. The angle's different. This really illustrates it here. This is what it looks like now, right there, and then they're going to change it to something like that.
A lot of cover taken away.
Yeah, I think you're not quite as vulnerable to Artie maybe over here now, but maybe there's enough angle here to hit him. Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's been changed. They're goofing around with the height. You can see it kind of switch out here. They lowered it down a little bit. This is, I'm not sure where this is the same place up here looking down into the approach valley. This is the way it is now, where guys can kind of sit here and shoot down. They've taken that ledge away, but I don't know if this is still usable. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you? Yeah, you won't be able to move forward.
Put a big rock right on the middle of this. That's okay, because this is just a big no man's land right here.
Yeah.
Gives you a place to fall back to at least, or maybe defend from, or whatever.
This map back in the day was renowned for mountain goating. There were so many places you could get into, like on top of these mountains, boosted and all the rest.
Yeah,
of it.
this is one of the big. This is one of the big boost maps. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're changing the area down below. This corner's changing around quite a bit. It's fairly sharp corner now. They've got some rocks and other stuff. And yeah, Bruin B is talking about the crossing, which I don't know if they show it here. I think they do further on. Maybe.
Yeah, because I mean, as soon as your light got in there, you could spot them all crossing.
Yeah,
and you could get some early damage there.
Let's see. Maybe this will show it here. This is what it looks like now. Now, so there's nothing really in the way, but they may have lowered this ground even more. They did lower it once already, so maybe they've lowered it some more to make it harder to hit still. Maybe we can see from here. Yeah.
I don't know. It looks.
Oh yeah. You know, actually, what they've done is they've lifted this land. They've lifted the forward part, so you're lower. Oh yeah. So you might actually be fairly well covered right here.
Yeah.
So it looks like you can cross without losing a half your hit points or your entire tank. We'll have to see if that's exactly what's going on, but I think it is. Look how much higher it is.
Yeah.
Yep. So it looks like you can cross there. Does this show it too?
Morning,
some
Matt
rocks.
Tanker.
Some rocks in the way too, so a little bit more.
Yeah.
Probably a similar thing here, maybe. Yep, there's some extra rocks right here. Kind of changed up this spotting area.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they did lift this up, so maybe the same thing from the other side. Oh, definitely. Look at from here. Yeah, absolutely. This is much higher. Looks like there's maybe a lane or two still to kind of take some cheeky shots across. Maybe. But they've definitely stopped the madness on this map a little bit anyway. Very interesting. Look at this rock right here. A little outcropping guy.
Oh, yeah.
It's fairly significant. I mean, there's a lot of changes on this. They've put a lot of rocks and stuff in for...
Yeah, they've moved a lot of the mountain areas back and opened it up a bit more, haven't they?
There's more rocks down here in this open bit.
I might get into... I wonder if the map's in topography. Probably not. But I might get into topography and have a little bit of a swanny round to see what it's like. I bet it's not in there. I can go and have a look. Won't be in there yet, will it?
Look at this rock they put here to stop the snipers from shooting down the road.
Yeah.
I noticed it right here. But at this angle, this is the sniper hill. So that's what it is now. Whoop, blocked it.
Yeah.
So they create a bunch of sniper nests. And then they block the sniper nests. You know?
Yeah.
You know, they incentivize the sniper stuff, and then they're like, oh, that's not good, let's block it.
But then, like Pig said, well, yeah, this map was only fun with climbs anyway when you had the boosting. But when they do these major sort of changes, the player base is going to find places where they can boost up.
Oh yeah, they will. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Somebody's going to go out there and find that.
Now I don't necessarily mind. Well, I don't like the boosts, but as far as changing the map and knowing that the players are going to find the places to exploit, that doesn't bother me because part of it is learning that new thing and changing up the game a little bit. Yeah, so at least it's different. You want to avoid making completely overpowered, stupid spots and all that, and that's another subject. But at least changing up the maps keeps it a little bit fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do like that part of it. That doesn't bother me in any way. Yeah, so there you go. We got some changes. A lot of the maps have a lot of super test stuff going on. Remember, that's super test, guys. So that's who knows how far away that is.
You never know.
Speaking of changes, speaking of changes, my friends, what happened to the common test of 1.20.1?
I don't know. It's gone away, hasn't it? It's
usually it's boom, boom, boom.
Faded into the background.
Usually it's boom, 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 right?
Yeah. I just wonder whether all the noise that was made has caused somebody to take a check pace.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think it's an interesting observation.
Yeah.
Does it mean anything?
No. That's the thing, isn't it?
Maybe. All right, we've been out for an hour. We're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, I've gone back through now, and from last weekend, and this week I've sort of gone through every single YouTube video I can find on the whole subject that every CC's been put out there I had like a marathon watching session the other day. Probably spent about a total of 4 and 5 hours watching it all.
Keep that.
It's like
Keep
like hysterics.
keep
It's
keep
like
that.
hysterics.
Keep that. We'll be right back. I'm going to make some coffee. We'll be right back.
Guido is his name, Tankin is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, Tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name.
All right, guys, we are back. You guys ready for the Wattpocalypse?
Yeah, like I was saying, I've watched like nearly 5 hours of the nonsense. And it's just some perverse thing in me wants this to roll out the way that Will Gaming are saying it's going to roll out. Because having listened to people cry and sob and bitch about everything that's going on, what brings me back to some sense of reality is that when they originally suggested doing a crew change and had a commander, the same amount of noise was put out about that. So then Wargamer went away and rejigged it and changed it to this current iteration. And to be honest, I hope they go back to the original idea and just have a commander with all the stuff. Sod it. Just let's do it. Let's have it. But I just want to see the videos that'll come out after that happens.
So you just want to see the world burn.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm up for the world burning. Absolutely.
I
Just
asked
have a commander like World of Warships. Just do that.
I asked Midjourney to make me a Wattpocalypse, and this is what it came up with.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that. The world is burning. Yeah, that is so cool.
6-month-old granddaughter just said her first word. Was it Wattpocalypse? Granddaddy Warrior. Yeah, man. It's been quite the 2 weeks. I don't even know what to make of it. I don't know, man.
I have never in my life seen a reaction like that.
I think there was a lot of pent up stuff. You know what I'm saying? And maybe not. Maybe it's not all gaming related. I did come to one kind of conclusion. Observation. Maybe more of an observation. In my opinion, the real problem with the game that's been festering, that continues to cause issues, is the balance problem.
Yeah.
And anything that exacerbates that becomes the new devil. You know, the crew system itself isn't necessarily that big of a deal, but when piled on top of the rest of the imbalance that they ignore. But I'm of two minds of that, too. I will, in the same breath, tell you that, and I think this to be very true, that the game it's amazing how balanced it is, relatively, in the big picture.
Yes.
It absolutely has some pieces and parts that need attention, big time.
Yeah.
But overall, for a video game, it's pretty amazing how relatively.
Exactly. Yeah.
I am certainly not saying that it's perfectly balanced in any way.
No.
But it's pretty amazing with as many tanks as there are that it's as balanced as it is. Now, yeah, there's crappy tanks, and you are gimping yourself if you play a crappy tank. But if you come at it with the right attitude, I'm going to play this crappy tank as well as I can and enjoy myself, you're fine. You know?
Yeah.
If you're competitive, then yes, you need to have the best, the brightest, the biggest, the fastest, the blah blah. And that's where we run into some problems, because that stuff exists, and it can be leveraged by the very good players.
Yeah.
I had a triple 279 early platoon in a Prokhorovka battle.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You just got to say, just to add a little note to that, you've got to think this game's been around for 12 years, and the player base have had hold of it for 12 years. So, and player bases, as we know, we're all players, we find ways to deal with the game that Wargaming had never even imagined, right? Never even imagined how it would turn out. Because once it's out in the wild, it goes wild. But it's been a game that's been around for 12 years. So there's going to be outliers. There's going to be imbalances. And it's too big a game to re-wipe and start again and have everything balanced. So what can Wargaming do? The hands are tied. They can only go one way. They have to do small individual changes to try and make it all balance out. But even that creates another step through, another house of cards to pull down.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just
difficult. True. It's one thing. It's one thing to sit here and rail against it, and say, "Oh, you need to balance this tank and that tank and whatever." The question is, what's the follow-on problem that creates?
Yeah.
You know, for them, the follow-on problem on things like the 279 or the Chieftain, the follow-on problem is pissing off a bunch of their more loyal, and loyal's maybe not a good word, because there's plenty of loyal players that don't have them. They often are the more vocal players, the more engaged, I guess you might call it.
Yes,
in terms
engaged is a good word.
Of publicly engaged, maybe is a good way to put that, I suppose.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's difficult, and this thing is cobbled together now. You have so many layers of stuff going on here. It's pretty incredible, actually, how much stuff is going on. Suspect a few CCs are actually kind of bored with the game. I think there's some truth to that, Stoic. I think you're right. I can confirm that there are some of those sentiments that I have definitely heard. That's an interesting thing, because you got some of the guys whose basically their livelihood is this game, which is very interesting, and it has gone on for a long time. So most big game streamers, the biggest ones, move around.
Yes.
We have our big ones. This is more or less all they do.
Yes.
And
occasionally dip into, say, World of Warcraft or something like that. But
yeah, they'll do other stuff on occasion. But some of the guys that make a living or supplement greatly their income off of this game. That's more or less all they do in terms of content creation. And I don't know if that's as common. Maybe it is on some of the other big games potentially. But the really big YouTuber / Twitch guys, gaming people, they move around a lot because that's what people want. They want to see them play all kinds of video games and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it too soon to discuss Klaus's shot at Crybaby C? Oh, is that a new one?
Oh, I've watched that. Yeah.
When did that come out? A couple days ago?
Well, it was last week, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, it was definitely last week. I've seen that last week.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I was the first one to put out the calming video of rational thought.
You were indeed. You were indeed. But can I just caveat that? The pause between you saying "put out" and then continuing the sentence was far too long, because then my mind started to think, what has Guido been putting
Well,
out?
I am a YouTuber influencer, so we are fairly close to the oldest profession.
Yes, you are indeed.
It's
That's
just not red.
We have this.
It's just not red. It's blue.
Stop putting out, Guido. That's all I say.
Look,
Stop putting
you know
out.
what? I will absolutely. And that's a fantastic segue, Pilgrim, into the whole. It's just fascinating to watch because CCs, myself included, we make content. If it is a little bit edgy or controversial,
Yeah.
if there's controversy,
Yeah.
then that
Yes.
is obviously helpful. Because everybody
Yes.
likes to see a train wreck, man.
Yes,
You know?
we do.
Even as they hate it. They hate to love to see the train wreck.
Well, it's the rubberneck. It's the rubberneck. What did they say? Affliction, isn't it?
Right,
When you're driving
right.
down the
Yeah,
freeway,
yeah.
and there's an accident the other side. You know, your neck stretches because
Yeah.
you're like, you need to see what's going on. That's horrendous. Look, there's all those people injured and things, and you still look.
Yep. So Kedge has touched on the other thing I kind of think about, and I'm going to avoid it a little bit, but I am going to talk about it, but I don't want to get into politics or anything, or social contagions or anything like that. But I think there's a lot of that, actually. Social media. There's a lot of people love to be angry and what's the word?
Contentious,
Yeah, but they want to be
emotional.
insulted and emotional. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of that going on, isn't there?
Oh, tons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute tons of it. They just love it. They just like, oh, I'm so angry at everything, and I'm being ripped off, and this organization or group or class or business or whatever is insulting me, and they're against me, and they're a threat to this and that and the other. Good Lord, man.
It's like we have a thing called Hyde Park Corner here in the UK, down in London, where people are legitimately unlegalised to be able to stand on a soapbox and pontificate on any subject they want.
Right.
And back in the day, before the internet, people would gather, crowds would gather down in London at Hyde Park and to listen to people going off about follow the gourd or follow the shoe, you know.
Yeah.
References to Monty Python there. And people would pontificate for hours on end, and you know, you just draw a crowd. That's all it is. It's crowd drawing on the internet.
Well, I mean, that's just that's YouTube in a nutshell.
Isn't it just?
That's all it is, right? The soapbox though has come to you.
Yes.
You don't
exactly.
have to go to the soap. You don't even have to bring a soapbox with you if you want to talk, and you don't have to go look for soapbox guy. He's in your he's in your computer.
You sit on a gaming chair instead.
Yeah. Yeah, recreational hours.
Yeah.
So then getting back to the 1.20 issues. The other thing I was thinking about, the outrage about the whole bond thing. I can't actually wrap my mind around that. Why anybody thinks it's going to do anything?
Yes, that's the point, isn't it?
Like,
is-
if somebody knows, if somebody has an idea, go ahead and put it in chat. Why do you think the free bond movement with Watt Plus is a problem? I don't see it being a problem.
But you can also attach to that the gold as well, because we've already worked out it'll take an awful lot to earn lots of gold using that. You're not going to get lots of gold.
Yeah, I mean, if you play a lot, you will. I'm not. That's just buying gold. You can buy gold now if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to buy gold in a system where you might not get all your gold, be my guest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine. I think the bond thing coupled with the mod to auto swap could raise an eyebrow, but not game breaking. Well, see, Wayne, this is what I'm getting at. Is the problem that people don't want everyone to be able to move bond equipment, or is the problem they honestly think good players are somehow now going to dominate more because they can move their bond equipment? Really, anybody who buys Watt Plus will be able to move bond equipment, and it really does not take that much to get 3 pieces of bond equipment. In addition to that, bond equipment is not all of the equipment you might want to use. There are some of the pieces of equipment you're going to use a bounty piece for, which
Yes.
you can move as well. But I mean, it's not all bond equipment because they don't have
Ketch
that.
makes a good point. Ketch makes a good point there about you get the extra bonus slot through field mods, so it isn't such a big deal having bond equipment because you've got an extra bonus slot coming anyway after tier 7
Yeah,
if you do your field mods.
that's true, and that's kind of close to bounty-ish. I mean, top players have bond equipment on their good tanks anyway. A lot of top players have multiple pieces of bond equipment on multiple tanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
I've
not.
lost track of them, to be honest, Guido. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know where they all are. I'd like to take them all off and start again, but
Yeah.
they're on all sorts of weird tanks. I don't know.
Yeah, none of the equipment is affected by the bonus slot, only the standard stuff. Diablo, he can already move it. Because you don't care about your bonds? Because you have so many bonds it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
That's another...
Bonds is just like credits.
Yeah,
It's
that's,
a Diablo.
yeah, that's the one they may not have thought through very well, Bruin. That's one they may not have thought through very well. I can see people buying Watt Plus and going, well, I don't need half of this equipment. I can just get rid of it. Plus, since you can move it for free, you don't need that much anymore. Even right, everything's free, right? Everything except experimental equipment. Somebody mentioned the experimental pieces. I don't know what's
Primal
going on.
Energy talked about.
I have no idea what's going on with that.
No, not seeing any progress. with
Yeah,
that.
they put it
The
out.
initial
They put it out. They gave you some free stuff, and then crickets.
job.
Gone. I don't know. Maybe it's the new Hall of Fame.
Oh, it could be. It'd
And
be
the five
inventive for the
and the
next
5
10 years.
keys. Something they put in the game, and they just like, ah,
Yeah, I don't want that. Just leave that.
get out of here.
Dear.
Get out.
Hey, here's a thought. How about I sell every single piece of bond and special equipment and everything and just go to regular equipment and see how much credits I make? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I don't care. I don't care if I've got bond equipment on my tank or not, to be honest. I still play shit anyway.
That's the other thing, right? Oh,
Yeah,
it's going to
I don't
imbalance the game and destroy the game and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not going to make bad players good. Everyone who pays for it can move it. You're probably already playing against good players with bond equipment anyway. I think the amount that it will move the needle, and I will admit it could move the needle, is going to be infinitesimal. And it's
Not
not
going to be game breaking.
and it's not enough in and of itself to be a huge problem. Reference, good morning, Goose. Reference the start of this conversation, though, that the aggregate of everything is getting very top heavy. So yeah, sometimes the straw is put on the camel's back. You know, is this it? I don't know. You know,
No. I think, again, you're right. I think the incremental change that will happen will be so tiny, effectively. It may affect, I don't know. I can't see how it would affect anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, personally. I don't know. I'll just get spanked on a 15-2 anyway, so it makes no difference. I got drops twice now, so that's cool. Goose only just finished stream. Goose finished streaming a couple of hours ago. He said as he closed his stream that he's going to get some sleep because he needs to be up for his kids for Easter.
Yeah.
And now he's back here. Man, you are just like, you must live off coffee.
Do you know why Goose is back here?
Because he's an absolute stalwart.
Because there is no kill switch on Awesome.
Exactly there.
You know what I'm saying? There is no kill switch on Awesome. Goose, how you doing, man? How was your evening stream? Your stream? Is he really back up to do the egg thing? What, did he sleep for 2 hours?
Yeah, he's literally. I watched him before you called me and we came on air. Literally a couple of hours before, I watched him close his stream down.
Wow.
I mean, it must have been literally 7 or 8 o'clock.
I'm imagining him right now, cavorting through his house with a bunny suit on, hiding eggs.
Yeah.
Completely punch drunk from no sleep.
Yeah. With his eyes going cross like this, one going that way, one going
lobbing eggs everywhere.
Man.
I'm trying to find.
Have we got his we've got his link?
Yeah, I don't remember what I said. I wonder if it's turned off. Wait, hold on. Oh, CloudBot. CloudBot likes to turn itself off.
No, it always does.
Do you use that? Do you use Streamlabs, Goose? And does it turn itself off? For some reason, mine turns itself off. Oh, in the car driving. Oh, nice, man. Well, happy Easter to you, Goose, and you and yours, man. You guys have a great one.
Yeah, all the best,
You guys
buddy.
have a great one, man. All kidding aside, my friend. Okay, so have we solved anything here, Pilgrim?
Not really. I think what we've done is we've put it into context for Pilgrim.
Framed it.
Put it into context for anybody else.
We tried to frame it in a rational, reasonable frame of reference.
Yeah. I've decided to sell all my specialised bomb equipment, everything, get rid of it all, go to normal equipment, and I'll not see anything different in the gameplay whatsoever. But I'll have loads of credits. So there you go.
Now, all of that being said, and there is some justifiable, I'll call it irritation. I don't think outrage is required here, but that, whatever. You do you. Not you, but you guys out there in internet land.
You're going to put out again, aren't you?
The interesting... about to put out, my friends. The interesting part to me is what happened to the common test.
Yeah. It's disappeared, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's aliens. But it's aliens. I don't know, guys. I don't know what that means, if anything. It probably doesn't mean anything. But there you go. You know, the controversy, and now common test has kind of disappeared on us, which I don't know. Maybe it was just a planned pause, and you know, it could be technical stuff because they have stuff that happens like that. But we figured the 19th was the patch day. If they were going to do, what was it that was going? Onslaught.
Onslaught, yes.
That has to be a patch of some kind.
Yeah, yeah. So we did. We figured it'd be around about the 19th.
What if they stripped out? What if they stripped out? What if they stripped out the crew stuff and then just put the Onslaught patch and the Japanese TDs in?
That would be so funny. That would be so. I know. Yeah, yeah. That would be so funny. I would absolutely piss my pants. Excuse the French. Laughing.
You would whiz your pants?
Oh, absolutely. I would be so. I would be jolly. I'd be so jolly.
When are you moving?
In about 2 weeks' time.
On the 19th?
Just before the patch kicks in, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, this would be awesome.
More.
That would be right, that's going to happen now. What's going to happen? Then all the criers and the whiners, the whingers and everything else will go, yeah, see, I was justified. They pulled it.
Oh, I know. That'll be insufferable, won't it? Yeah,
Wouldn't it
that'll
just,
be insufferable.
I did that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, Banzai, we do need a marathon for a tier 8 TD. Japanese tier 8 TD.
We haven't had a marathon for a while. When was our last marathon?
Oh, I can't remember now. It's been that long ago. It was before Christmas, surely.
Was it the last mini marathon that was in the Battle Pass? That little in between thing they did, or end thing, or whatever it was.
The one that was pay gated, wasn't it? It was one that was.
Oh, the 832 was a marathon. I forgot about that. Was it?
Oh yes, it was. Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was attached to Battle Pass, right?
Yeah, I think it was. It was in the middle of Battle Pass, wasn't it?
I think so.
Something like that.
It's funny how you forget that.
Yeah.
Where were we? What? Who am I? What are we doing?
I don't know. Can I just say to I don't know how you say your name with that spelling, but Q-U...
I say Quodal. Quodal. I think
Cool.
that...
Right. You know, he won the ELC Even 90
I know it.
on the raffle.
Yep.
It took me nearly 10 days to get that into his account because his name just... I won't give your name out, mate, but his name just wouldn't... It wouldn't appear on NA for days and days and days. We were messaging backwards and forwards. I don't know if it's a glitch my side or a glitch with Wargaming, but he did not exist. So I think he's the alien. He's got it now. Eventually it worked, but it took a lot.
Thanks for screwing over everybody on Proc, Pilgrim.
Yeah, that's cool. I can do that.
Yeah. I don't know what the Russian views are, Haber. I don't even know if they're getting 1.20.1. This is a fantastically interesting question to me. I don't know what the relationship is between the two supposed developers are at this point. In theory, they're different people. There were a couple...
In theory, it's like the Asian server, and you know what I mean? It's like China. Supposedly, it's like China, isn't it?
Not necessarily. My understanding is it's a completely different company now. Well, that's the actual real question. That's why I'm saying it that way.
Yeah.
Public facing, they're a completely different company, and the Russian development would go off into whatever direction it goes into, and there would not be commonality in development between the two, unless maybe you had a relationship and said, we'll leave the door open and we'll buy your development stuff and put it into, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that whole thing has been less than clear.
Yes. Less than pristine, should we say.
Not necessarily that we deserve to know. It's business. They can do whatever the heck they want. But they did make a fairly public moral stance in attempting to gather some goodwill.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff crosses to the Chinese. The Chinese stuff doesn't come our way, but I think a good amount of the EU stuff goes that way. And I don't know how they do it. I assume they buy it. The more than likely they probably do, or maybe it's part of the agreement. Who knows how that is structured?
Hey, talking about content, let's go over our conversation reference the KV-1SA.
Oh God! All right, so
I just found it in my garage. Is it the free birthday tank?
Yeah, when we started, Pilgrim goes, "Hey, did you get the free birthday tank?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like a tier 5 Russian thing. KVSA or 1SA or something. I'm like, dude, that's last year's present.
I've only just seen it in the garage. I mean, it had a completely not dealt with crew, no equipment, no ammo, but no anything on it, and I was like, wow, they give us a tier 5 here, auto loader as well.
It's like
what?
It's like Rumpelstiltspilgrim has just woken up and underneath the tree.
Is it so old that it's been power cracked?
Is it 2022?
I don't know.
How long have I been sleeping? Has the Wattpocalypse passed yet?
Yeah.
Rip Van Pilgrim, absolutely.
I genuinely have never seen that tag in my garage before, but hey, who's looking?
That's awesome. Thanks there, Kedge, and a sub 2 Bruin B77. Much appreciated, man. So it remains to be seen. How many more videos do you think we can squeeze out of the Wattpocalypse?
Maybe one more. Maybe one more.
Maybe one more.
Yeah.
Should I do
When it
another
doesn't
one?
happen.
Should I do another one?
Pardon?
Should I do
Yeah,
another one?
I think. Yeah. Yeah, but what are you going to say that hasn't already been said?
I'm
Unless you
gonna-
break down in tears. That would be interesting. Dude.
I wonder if I could force myself to cry.
Well, you need to rub some onions under your
Oh, I
eyes.
could get some onions. Yeah.
I'm screaming like that again. Pilgrim, what are you doing to the game, Pilgrim? I'll be like, I don't know, Guido.
They're killing the game, man.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to go and play Daisy.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll have my head buried in moving house in the next couple of weeks. I won't give a toss.
Yeah. Well, you know, every 6 months the game is destroyed, but this is well and truly destroyed.
Well, it's set fire to an awful lot of people, hasn't it? So you
It has set fire. It has set fire to a lot of people there.
man.
I
I don't think so.
I will
Read that.
I will say this, as I'm under NDA. I said it last week. I'll say this: the CC chat has been highly entertaining. Highly entertaining.
That'll never become public, will it?
In so many ways. No, it won't.
Oh, dear.
But it's always entertaining. Good group. So there's always a lot of funny stuff, but especially entertaining in the last 2 weeks.
Ted, you need to get hold of yourself, my good fellow. Get hold of yourself. Take yourself into a corner. Go and sit down with your face towards the wall and reflect on what you've just
Yeah,
said.
go to the naughty chair. Go to the naughty chair and
Go to
sit
the
there.
naughty chair.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
No. If it does, we'll be crying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you'll all be crying. Oh dear.
Well, here's
What's that on the apocalyptic person's? I take it it's a soldier, but what's on his head? What's that?
he's got
Is
a
it just
gas
peeled
mask.
back?
He's got a gas mask.
Oh, he has. Yes. Sorry, it's a bit blurry. Hang on, wrong glasses.
Get your
Yeah, I can see it now.
get
that's
your
all right.
seeing glasses on, man.
That's my seeing glasses. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it now. Yeah, it's cool.
It's a bit blurry though, actually. Very interesting. It's much blurrier than I thought. Anywho, that's about it, guys. You know, the only thing, the last thing we had really to talk about was the end of the game. So when we're done here, if the last guy out would turn out the lights and lock the door, that would be fantastic. Because it's over.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to recover from how badly I played the Object 260. It hurts my feelings.
It hurts, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
It does
yeah.
hurt. Yeah.
That may
I mean, I'm
actually
hurting for you.
that may actually cause me to cry if I'm honest.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Onions or no onions.
Onions or no onions required. Because that's how much I just love it. I love it.
Oh. Oh yes. Sorry, Mustang. It went. I won the bet. Just for those latecomers. It was a bet. I play in a DayZ server called The Exiled, which is based in Michigan, over in your gaff, people, you know,
Yeah.
in the States. And the owners, I said to the owners, let's have a competition to see who can get the most stylish moustache, because they're all bearded, you know, geeks, but
Yeah,
they're great guys, you know what I mean? And so the wife of one of the owners was going to be the judge. So the guys were actually up for it. They shaved, so it was a level playing field. So they all had a shave and everything, 6 of them, and we grew the moustache. And I won it on the basis that mine was the most stylish. So Zodiac, who's the owner, his basically his wife went, yeah, the Brit wins it. I was like, oh, cool. So they all donated $100 each to my favourite charity, which is StackUp.org. So yeah, that was cool.
It's
I was
funny
really pleased with
that she lives there and she's calling you the Brit,
yeah,
as if she's not surrounded by an entire nation of them
yeah, exactly.
and some Welshmen.
Yeah, well, yeah, a couple of Welshmen, but we don't really talk about them because they well, all right, we don't really talk about the Welshmen. Here's a funny thing.
Uh-oh.
Right? I watched not Letterman. Who's the Scottish guy who does the Jay Leno?
Scottish.
Oh, I can't remember now. Anyway, forget that. Anyway.
Happy Easter to you guys as well. Much appreciated. You guys have a good one. I think we've come to the end of the rope here, man.
Yep.
And it's time to move on and enjoy our Sundays.
Yep.
Craig Ferguson, is that the guy's name?
That's him, Ferguson. He's cool. That's a good watch. It's a shame he doesn't do it anymore, but that's a good watch.
Yeah. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a nice meal. Hug the ones you love. Understand that, when the Watt apocalypse ends, it's all over for everybody. So
yeah, we'll be back next week moaning about it.
If Watt shut down tomorrow, what game would you play? DayZ?
Well, it's a toss-up between one or two. I would definitely DayZ because I'm doing the admin job anyway for that. So yeah, but I would probably go back to something like Age of Empires, to be honest.
Stoic says real life.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't go War Thunder Mustang because you're so far behind the curve now in War Thunder. It's like trying to join World of Tanks now, isn't it? War Thunder is horrible. You get sniped by all the, it really is. I've tried it. It's crap. You join and get killed from 3 miles away by somebody who's got 1,000 million skill sets better than you have.
I think I'd do some Civ 6. I have several games that I'm goofing around with on the side. I might have even been.
You still do your. I can't remember.
DCS, yeah. I might get into that a little bit more. Maybe some of the other flying games, IL-2 or something. Yeah, something. I would definitely do something. It might free me to do more stuff. Sometimes I sit down like, well, shit, I need to practice, right? Because this is what I do on my free time, which is weird, I guess.
Yeah.
You can definitely see. Yeah, Civ 6 has purple bond equipment. It's called a save. Yeah. It's called a save file.
Yes.
Let me see how this. Let me see how this battle goes.
Definitely get into that.
See how this battle goes.
Would you do that? Do you like that sort of stuff? Evil?
No,
Res
I
Evil
don't.
4 is out now.
I don't like horror stuff at all of any kind.
Oh right. Okay.
I mean, okay with DayZ and stuff, but when I just don't enjoy Resident Evil and big zombies and monsters and horror stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. There is an element, especially with Res 4, I guess. The only thing I find about those sort of games is they don't give you too much freedom with what you do. Everything is pretty much scripted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have that sort of game where you had the freedom to explore and do different things, and it would make the game, it'd be a massive game to do that.
That's really an interesting game design question and conundrum. The open world stuff is always, on the one hand, the story driven stuff can be quite intricate and very immersive.
Yeah, very involved.
But the pure open world stuff lacks that, where it has a larger picture. And the open world stuff, you have to kind of make the story yourself.
Yes.
Whereas and then there's the combo stuff where they try to do some of both. Take Skyrim as an example, or as one of those, where there is a main quest line and story, but there's a lot of other stuff you can go do. And I don't know which one I like better. Depends on how it's done. They can both be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, see Red Dead, that sort of stuff. I do like that sort of game. I like the Resident Evil type of game, but I would like a lot more freedom to do, because you always go to a door and you open it, and you open that door, it leads you to another door, figuratively speaking.
Sure.
It's a door thing, isn't it?
Right.
But I'd rather have the ability to go off and do other stuff and see what happens. But the coding for that must be huge to do that, to allow people to do open world.
Yeah, and it can only be
a platform like that.
It can only be so big. You say open world, but there really is an end to it at some point.
Yeah.
So I kind of like both. I am looking forward to Diablo 4. I'll probably try that. I never did 3. I might try 4. I liked Skyrim.
Is
I
that a multiplayer game, Diablo?
I think there is a co-op mode.
Oh, is there? Oh,
I don't know if it's PvP. Maybe they have PvP. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Mod Skyrim to where it resembles Leisure Suit Larry. Skyrim's pretty fascinating, the amount of mods and improvements in terms of graphics and stuff. Pretty fantastic. Morrowind, an end to the fun. Yeah. Never seems to be an end to the... Really. Morrowind was really interesting because it was a very esoteric and kind of difficult to figure out what you were supposed to do in a lot of cases. I guess there's a lot of info out there on it right now. But that was...
Is that a Steam game? Can you get that down
I think you
Steam?
can get it on Steam, but it's quite old. I mean, I don't know if it's early 2000s. Is that right? Maybe even earlier. I don't remember when Morrowind came out. That was the first one, right? Elder Scrolls Morrowind, I think.
It's on Steam. Okay, I might check that out because I've not heard of that before.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. I got to get going because fam's about to get up. We're going to have ourselves an Easter and celebrate and all that good stuff. Pilgrim, thanks for coming by as always. Everybody else, thanks for coming by. Thanks for the follows and the subs and all that good stuff. I am planning on streaming on Thursday. Let's find somebody to raid before we start the old getting out of here thing. We got let's see anybody. Let's look into what we got here. Yeah, Kedge, BMW. Appreciate it. If you've got somebody, oh my goodness, clicking the wrong things. If you got somebody you like to
everybody
raid,
have a good Easter. And stay safe and
Let me
enjoy
know.
your Easter eggs and enjoy your family.
let's go. Who we got?
Des is on if you want to throw yourself in.
I'm just gonna find somebody that's just cruising around with a few people. Andu 40. I know nothing about this person, but that's who we're gonna raid because we're crazy.
Because we're crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. There he is. All right, guys. Heading off. Say hello to Andu. You guys have a good one. Yeah, we rated Des last time, Heisenberg. All right, Pilgrim. That's it for me from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it is from me, the correct side of the Atlantic.
See you guys.